Welcome to GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Jaycin Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of GREYS.
Good morning and welcome along to GREYS on this Thursday, the 28th of March 2024. David Shortte with you. Hope you're travelling particularly well. We've got a big few days ahead in greyhound racing. We'll have it all covered in the next hour here on GREYS, going right around the nation to all of our experts and kicking us off, as he does each and every Thursday here on the program, Harry Buchanan. Welcome to you, H. How do we find you today?
Yes, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. You find me well and looking forward to a huge weekend racing. Obviously starting tomorrow at Mandurah with us for the dogs. But, yeah, Golden Easter Egg Heats launching pad tonight. It's all happening, Shorty, and we're going to get stuck right into it.
Indeed, yeah, looking forward to that. We've got early edition of the mail collection coming out later on today, where we'll have a look at all of the action there from Wentworth Park Saturday night Golden Easter Egg. Of course, we've got the Good Friday Cup to look forward to as well tomorrow there at Mandurah. Spotlight on local chasing will be absolutely superb. Great race to feature there as well. And, of course, tonight there at Sandown, as Harry just alluded to, some of the most talented young chasers in the land strutting their stuff in the launching pad and some of the associated consolations and other finals there tonight. It's a stellar card of chasing. Let's start across there in Victoria tonight, at Sandown on this launching pad program. This has over the years turned into one of the more exciting nights of chasing. Stacks of really talented young dogs that have had limited racing careers to this point in time, and we are left with a wonderful 11 race card for the punters to get involved with tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Shorty, and it's starting to become a real feature with dogs that are coming through that series. They seem to feature in a lot of group racing after the launching pad. I think it's up to 6 wins, so a lot of greyhounds are held back when they approach that limit there, and they need to meet the criteria. And we've got a great final tonight. We're going to kick it off in race number 5 here. This is the runway, so one of the consolations of the series, I think. Bunstorm, number 3, got the run as a reserve last week. She's got a great record. She came down 2 starts ago, and unfortunately, that was the only time she's missed a place out of 13 starts. 5 wins, 7 placings. She was superb behind Oregon Durant last week. Gets a really good draw here, box 3. She gets over to the fence. Got a lot of time for these droopy Sydney pups, and I think she's one of the better ones. And if she's close, she'll finish the race off strongly. She can also get up there early. She'll be our first play, Shorty. Over to race 6, it is the launching pad final. Geez, I'm taken with this dog Humidity, his turn of acceleration to the first mark. It's very, very quick. He dazzled there last week. He went 29.50 overall off box 2, but he began fairly. He just dropped him, though. He's just really quick off the mat. And I think he crosses here, and he looked like he was hard to get past last week. I'm going to put him on top in the launching pad, but I've made no secret I'll be cheering the red here, Peaky Boo, great mate of mine, Benny Rawlings. He's the South Aussie rep, and he's gone through the series absolutely superbly, and he's got a WA flavour as well, Shorty. He's a full brother, of course, to Uncle Tommy, the Perth Cup winner, being by Tommy Shelby out of West on Poppy. So WA getting involved by a third party there, or with Peaky Boo, and yeah, I hope the Oracle gets him over tonight. We'll be cheering him hard, Peaky Boo, off box 1. He's got the draw, and he's racing well, and if he holds a spot, he's going to be in the finish. Don't worry about that. He can run good time, this dog. So number 6 on top of number 1. Race 7, number 8, Ethanol Volume. Wouldn't be a great GREYS without an ethanol getting thrown in there somewhere, and this bloke's got his box tonight. He's run last week. Holy dooly. He's come from nowhere. And if you've seen this dog, he races around the middle of the track, but Cruising Debbie, he must have given it probably 10 lengths up the back, and he's run it to a length, 29.6. But as I said, the box is the key here. He's out where he wants to be. He could draw box 1. He'd still want to go around every dog. He doesn't have to worry about that tonight. He's already there. So if he's close, he's got the last section to get over the top of these. he's going to be very strong, as you know, Shorty, and I think he'll be very hard to stop, certainly if he's within 2 or 3 of them up the back. Race 10, number 1, Dewana Fernando, finally draws a box, and I think this will be the best bet tonight. It's had a string of horror draws, 4, 7, 8. It just doesn't handle those outside boxes. Back to box 1 here. It'll be a different story tonight. I think he can settle up close. And if he is, he's got that strong run home. He's got 600-metre form, 13-time winner, and goes superbly at the track and the trip. And it's not a hard race for this dog as opposed to who he's been racing lately. So Sandown tonight, big card. Race 5, number 3. Race 6, number 6, cheering home the 1, Peking Boo. Race 7, number 8. And race 10, number 1.
Very nice indeed. Harry's thoughts for tonight's Sandown program there. Punters, our first race for broadcast here. Through Great Greys will be the first at Hawkesbury. It comes up in 7 minutes from now, talking you through the market. Jawarot Dubai is currently our $2.10 favourite on the fixed odds, open 2.35, so it's been popular. Rip-off, 3.20 in firm. Taipan Legend, 6 into 5. Wizards has been 4.80 out to 7.50. Centalinos, 11 out to 14. Scorpion Jack, 17 out to 26. Imposing Stars, a $34 chance, got out to 41, back into 34, and the outsider of the field is Priority, 51 out to $91, but a well-backed favourite is Jawarot Dubai, 2.35 into $2.10. We now switch our focus locally. Mandurah chasing on this Thursday night, and we've got a bumper 12 race card. First gets underway 6:46. Some nice races up for grabs tonight there at Mandurah H. Who do you like on the local program there at the Coastal Circuit?
Yeah, it's not a bad card, Shorty. Obviously, tomorrow's card's a lot stronger, but there's a couple of plays I think we get involved with tonight. Race 5, number 8, Sunset Pacquiao. I know it's not his box, but look, I just think here with Sunset Nightjar, and he has opened up at $1.22. That's just far too short. Considering that the dog in box 2 Cup model is a very sharp beginner, and Social Equity's got a bit of speed as well. There's a lot going on down on the inside here, and while Sunset Nightjar, has his own early speed, it is his first look at Mandurah, and we saw last week what happens with a few of these dogs when they turn up to Mandurah for the first time after being at Kennington. So Sunset Pacquiao's been there 15 times, 5-time winner. I think if he can muster up out wide here, he can spring the upset. Around $4.80 currently with Tab Touch, and he'll be hard to stop this dog if Sunset Nightjar does get hassled early. So we'll kick it off with him. Over to race 6, number 2, Molotov Boy, another dog who goes very, very well at Mandurah. He's got his box here. He's had a couple of runs at Kennington, brings it back to his favourite track. He's had 7 starts, track and trip for a win and 5 placings, and 3 and 6 overall over both distances. So he's got his box, and you're getting an each-way quote about him too. He will have to run top 2 with the scratching, no reserve, but I can certainly see him doing that. He's the main threat to Sunset Serengeti, who is another dog who's having its first look at Mandurah and is also very short, so tread with caution there. And then we'll finish it off race 8, number 6, Scientist. Gee, gets him well here, this dog, and I really thought he'd be much, much shorter than the $8.50, and here they come now into $6.50. So that's probably getting a little closer to his right price. He's stepping well, this dog. He goes well at the track. He's been racing Henry Keeping, Watch Me, Moment in Bondi, Full On Frankie. None of those dogs are in this tonight, Shorty. If he finds the top, it's curtains, and I think he will. So just the 3 plays there. Race 5, number 8. Race 6, number 2. And pretty keen on race 8, number 6, Scientist.
Yeah, it's been a good dog for us, Scientist, and generally on the downgrade. Very hard to hold out. I think that looks great value there later on in the program. Race 8, number 6 tonight there, Scientist. Now, the Good Friday Cup. Let's have a quick look at this particular market for tomorrow. Punters, the first race gets underway 3:47. It's a 12-race card with the last at 7:28. And our feature race that is up for grabs there for tomorrow shapes up as being a beauty. It's race number 6 at 5:39. Sunset Frazier, our current favourite, opened at 2.40, got as big as 3.10, now back into its opening quote. Good support for Sunset Hornet, who came from box 1 in its heat last week and equalled the track record. It's 3 into 2.65. Sunset Ali off the inside, 4.80 into 4. Our Benson 8 out to 10. Barrio B 17 into 13 has seen some support. It'll be really strong late. A little bit twisted. 13 out to 21's been a significant drifter. Get a Beer 21 out to 31. Panadero Thunder 21 out to 41. And our reserves Agent 11 21 to 51 and Rubidium 81 into $71. Sunset Frazier's certainly been the dog at Cannington that's been running amazing first and second sectionals, owns all of the records after what we've seen there the last 6 or 7 weeks. Had its first look at the track last week, Harry. Came from box number 4, had to overcome a few little dramas early on in proceedings, but went on to win in 22.06. You'd think it would be better for that particular look. I guess to counter that, in box 4, a little bit twisted, can use a little bit of the track. Our Benson in 6 can show a little bit of pace, so is also taking on the dog that equalled the track record in Sunset Hornet. There's plenty of X factor about this feature race there tomorrow.
Yeah, there is a bit of that, Shorty, but I'm not concerned. Sunset Frazier first and second split records at Kennington, and he'll have the Mandurah track record tomorrow night at race 6. He'll be winning. The dog had his look last week. He might have, for him anyway, missed it a fraction. I've never seen the dog miss it twice. He'll get the start right. He'll get the first section right. He'll be off and gone. I was stunned that the dog got out to $3 plus with Tab Touch. They didn't let it last long, back into $2.40, as you mentioned, and he'll get straight onto the arm here. A little bit twisted, can't go with him. Al Benson could probably step, but again, he'll just accelerate this dog, and he's so good. The improvement he will take out of last week. I've got no issues with the box draw, and I've got no issues getting around him at the current quote of 240. I think he wins, and I think on a good track tomorrow night, he will lower that record. I think he is that good. Have something on Barrio Beast Punters at the $3.10 for a place, a little bit for the win, just for the saviour, but he'll be running on strongly in a race that has dogs that really want to get on the arm here, and he'll just sit there and smoke the pipe. He's racing right at the top of his game, the old boy, and racing well, and this is his track, and he gets a very lovely run. So pretty keen on the fire, Shorty. I think we'll see the very, very best of him tomorrow night. Sunset Frazier, Barrio Beast running on strongly. A lot of other good hopes. Sunset Hornet, the box, he won't get the same flavours he got last week. Neither will our Benson, but they're all quality animals, and any of them could win without surprising. But I will be surprised somewhat if Sunset Frazier doesn't lead all the way.
Indeed, yeah. Very, very smart young chaser on the way through, and looking forward to seeing it strutting its stuff tomorrow there in the feature, the Good Friday Cup at Mandurah. Beautifully done, as always, Harry. Appreciate your time. Look forward to teaming up again later on this afternoon, where we'll knock out the male collection with all of the greyhound tips for the Easter upcoming. Have a wonderful, happy and safe Easter, and I'll chat to you again later on this afternoon.
Thank you, Shorty. Wishing all the listeners a great Easter, and looking forward to catching up with everybody in next week. And I'll talk to you later on today, mate.
Good man. There we have it. Harry Buchanan with all of the latest, with plenty of chasing going on over the Easter break.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, it's now 17 minutes after 10. Time to catch up with our great mate Jaycin Campbell. Have a look at chasing in Queensland as well as down there in Tassie for tonight. Welcome to you, Jace.
How are you, Shorty?
Going really well, thank you. Really excited about the next few nights of chasing over the Easter period. Of course, launching pad going on there tonight at Sandown. We've got our Good Friday Cup here at Mandurah tomorrow. Golden Easter egg action on Saturday night. Really good chasing in Queensland and Tassie as well. It's a great time in greyhound racing.
Yeah, it's a feast of greyhound racing, as you mentioned. I can't wait to watch the launching pad tonight. Can't wait to watch Sunset Frazier go around at Mandurah on Friday, and obviously can't wait to watch those ripping Golden Easter egg heats on Saturday. So let's get into the Albion Park program.
Absolutely. Your best bets for tonight up there at the Creek?
Yeah, race 5, number 4, kicking off, Mystical Beth. She has really turned into a nice bitch and stepping up to the 600 and 700 metres. Just found a 700 a bit too long for her at this stage in her career. She dropped back to the 600 last week. She drew box 5, and she just stepped a little bit slowly and got sandwiched in that first turn. I think now, second run back at 600 metres, I think the freshness in her legs will slowly be getting back to where they should be at, and there's just not a lot of speed in this race. I think she can lead this race, and if she does do that, she's proven she can break the 35 mark here, and that should be good enough to win this race, and $6.50 seems like a pretty fair price.
Very nice. Kicking things off, race 5, number 4, at a bit of value, Mystical Beck. On to race number 8 for your best of the night.
Yeah, Cindy. She was the giant slayer last week. She beat Jay home in the best 8, and she's made that 4 straight wins now over track and trip. Just 2 starts ago from this box, she ran 29.58, and yeah, she maps really well here, I thought, from box 3. Boxes 1 and boxes 2, Cincinnati Liner and Get Carter, they can begin on their night, and they could potentially keep her out, but considering the strength that she's shown through the line of late, she has been able to run home in around that 12.55 type region, which is absolutely flying. She looks like she's got 600 metres written all over her, and I think it should be very hard to hold out once again in the best 8 fixture.
Very nice. Race 8, number 3, Cindy, labelled by our man Jaycin Campbell, best bet on the program there. And then on to race number 10.
Yeah, playing the favourite here, Waikari, Molly. She's a very consistent box dog, the daughter of Tommy Shelby, exhibiting similar traits to her father. She can often reel out a really nice 5.45 to 5.50 first section, and that should have her lead in this race. I think she's drawn particularly well in box 2. She's had 4 starts for 3 wins out of the Striped Shrug. Box 1, Cincinnati Hope, just doesn't seem to, be pushing through on that first turn like she did back in the day. Just now getting older in age, and I'm old school to her outside box 3. He does like to use the track, so I think she'll get room to move early. She has good box speed, and another thing here, Danger Zone in box 5. He's got good box speed himself, and he looks likely to keep out the main dangers in Rockley Earl and Fahey's Magic. So I think Waikari Molly can get on the bunny and be very hard to run down.
3 plays tonight up there at Albion Park for Jace. Race 5, number 4, Mystical Beck. Race 8, number 3, the best of them, Cindy. And race 10, the check runner, Waikari Molly. On to Hobart, and program that you like a few. Talk us through your thoughts for tonight down there in the Apple Isle.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed if I don't get a few winners tonight. I actually really like these 3 bets, and I've already played a multi myself, so hopefully you get a nice result shortly. Race 1, number 6, Vintage Class. I feel like she's been somewhat disrespected in this race. I know she is favourite, and she has been well supported already in betting, but if you just look at her form the last couple of runs, she's bumped into likes of Fraser Price, Call On Me, who had won 5 in a row prior to a defeat on Monday night, and Dealer, who had won 9 in a row down in Tasmania. So she brings the right form lines here. I think she opened up a reasonably fair price based on her inexperience at Hobart, but you could say the same for a lot of the dogs in this race. And she has run 26.08 over this track and trip, which I would think would win this race by a comfortable 2 or 3 lengths. I think she's well drawn in box 6 because she likes to use the track, and I just can't see her losing this race. I think she's a terrific price, and she might start in the tomato sauce, I reckon.
Excellent. Nice push for race 1, number 6, Vintage Class with confidence. On to race number 2.
Yeah, once again here, really confident. Race 2, number 5, Clairvoyant. He returns from a 5-month break. I don't think his record does him justice. I just think the grading system down there in Tasmania leads a lot of these dogs to, when they win early in their careers, they jump really steeply in grade, and he has pretty much been subject to racing in top grade for a majority of his life. He gets here on the fresh side at the 340 metres, back to Masters Company, Masters 5th grade company, and he has trialled 1937 in the lead up to this race. If he was able to produce that tonight, I reckon he'd win by half a dozen lengths and pretty much run best tonight. So I think it'd be very hard to hold out length the piece.
Like it. Race 2, number 5 again. A fair bit of confidence about Clairvoyant. And then on to race number 5 for the third of the plays tonight at Hobart.
Yeah, playing the Ferry Floss runner here, Buckle Up. Alfie's been a good dog to us, and we backed him last time he was over this track and trip at Hobart, where he was a really heavy go in betting, and he saluted nicely. Admittedly, didn't run fast time on that night, but it wasn't really a night where you could run fast time due to blustery conditions. Since then, he's raced solely at Launceston. And I actually think this dog goes better at Hobart purely because he's quite a slow box dog, and I think the one-turn track does suit him a lot better. He's already been subject to a really good betting push. He's about $3 into that 6-4 region. And yeah, I just really don't like this race as a whole. Like, I don't think any other dog in this race has a real good desire to win. If you look at their track and distance statistics, a lot of them read, 20 starts for 1 win and, a dozen placings or whatnot, which doesn't really read good to the eye. So I think Buckle Up Alfie is the young dog on the up, and he should be very hard to hold out.
Very nice. Well, there's plenty there tonight to get involved with Albion Park and Hobart in recap. Race 1, number 6, Vintage Class. Race 2, number 5, Clairvoyant. And race 5, number 8, Buckle Up Alfie. Jace, anything from your camp running over the next few days that the punters should keep an eye out for?
Nothing really, Short. I've had a bit of a blowout. Poor Dixie broke a hock a couple of weeks ago at Albion Park when she was in front by bloody half a dozen. But That's all right. She's on the mend now. She's in good spirits. But, nothing I can steer you into, but hopefully we can back a few winners at Hobart tonight and fill I was going to say the stockings, but hopefully we can fill the trees in the backyard with a few Easter eggs from the bunny.
Indeed. Plenty there for the hunt this weekend. Beautifully done, Jace. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys. Have a wonderful Easter break.
You too, Shorty. Thank you, mate.
There we have it. Jaycin Campbell joining us this morning here on TAB Radio with a Great Greys. I'm going to throw back now to Matty McDermott. We'll get the dividends out of the first race of the day there at Hawkesbury. When we return, we'll be catching up with the young gun, Ethan Christian.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
No doubt this young man will be absolutely foaming because we have got one of the best nights of chasing you could ask for tonight there at Sandown. A bumper card, 11 races up for a debate. First race gets underway, 3:42 WA time, and of course launching pad night, one of his favourites on the calendar. He now joins us. Welcome to you, Ethan. How are things going in your neck of the woods for this afternoon? No doubt you're pretty excited about this card tonight.
Yes, Shorty, never been better. It's launching pad night, a couple of Group 3s, including the launching pad itself and the Easter gift. We've got other features in the launching pad runway and Constellation, and we've got a 4-day weekend coming up, so it's pretty hard not to be happy about things.
Oh, that is the truth. It's a great time to be alive. Let's see if we can't help the listeners nail these quaddies for tonight. The early quaddie kicks off with a mixed grade 6 and 7 over the 595 metres.
Certainly does, and we're going to start off the early quaddie with Henry Intention. Look, he requires luck in running, but he should get it from the nice draw in the smaller field. I think he's going to go very close to winning. I'm also going to take Daintree Granite as well, who's likely to lead. So in the first leg of the early quaddie, you're going to take 2 and 4. Moving on into the second leg, I've got Cabello Lapis as my on-topper for the race, but it is a very, very open affair, and I think many of the dogs have a winning chance. So we're going to take the field and hope for a result. Going into the third leg, Can You Exceed, I think, is by far the best dog in the field, but isn't quite a certainty to land on the arm, and if it doesn't, it might open the race up. So we're going to take 3, 1 and 7. And then coming home in the last leg of the early quaddie, it looks like a match race here, and I simply can't split Emily Zoe, who returned to form last week, and Fast Minardi, who is a genuine star from the Apple Isle. So we're going to take 2 and 7 to round out the early quaddie. So the first leg, 2 and 4. Second leg, the field. Third leg, 3, 1 and 7. Coming home with 2 and 7, $96, 100%. Take your percentages.
Beautifully done. On to the main quaddie tonight, and we kick it off with the launching pad runway. This is almost a feature race in its own right. Gee, there's some outstanding young talent in this particular affair. A couple of our favourites going around in Bunstorm and Ethanol Water. Talk us through how you're going to attack the quaddie tonight there at Sandown.
Yeah, we're going to go fairly wide in the main quaddie. I think that a couple of results might open things up, and the first leg's no exception. I do have Bunstorm on top, race near the top of the field, and she'll get a nice run early, I thought. I think the map works in her favour. Look at Ethanol Water, who's probably my favourite of them all, just got a bit of a sticky draw, and Pronouns, who was a slashing winner last week, has just boxed a bit poorly, but it's going to be an open race, so we're going to take 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8 to start off the main quaddie.
3, 5, 6, 7 and 8 there in the first leg, the launching pad runway. On to the second leg tonight, race number 6. It is the Group 3 feature, the launching pad final over 5:15. I'll quickly talk you through the Tab Touch fixed odds market on the main race of the night there. Lakeview Emily from box 2, 220 into 210. Mapunga Award from 3, 390 into 380. Peaky Boo off the red, 650 out to 7. Humidity in 6 is 8 into 750. It's been money for Zipping Hopkins in box 7, 15 into 10. On High Alert, 11 and firm from box 5. Cruising Debbie from box 4 has been a drifter, 13 to 16. And the outsider of the field from box number 8, I'm a Mustang, 18 out to 21.
Yeah, I've got Lakeview Emily on top. Look, we've been with her right throughout the launching pad series. In every race she's contested, and that's not going to change for me in the final. She is the type that probably does have to lead, and I'm not 100% sure she does, given that Humidity is in the race, and Humidity goes very, very fast early, but she does have the benefit of a good draw like you, Emily, so we're going to stick with her on top, but we are going to take some security just in case she doesn't find the arm. We're going to take 2, 1, 3 and 6.
2, 1, 3 and 6 for Ethan in the feature tonight. You're tuned into Great Greys. It's 29 minutes after 10. We're chatting with Ethan Christian, having a look at the quaddie tonight there at Sandown on launching pad night. Race number 7, third leg of the quaddie, is the launching pad consolation final. Quickly through the market here. Ethanol Volume 320 into 3. Zelda Chaos 330 to 360 off box 1. Mr. Easy from the checks has been well back, 460 to 390. Amron Tiger in 3, 550 out to 6. You Never Lose has been supported at a price, 10 into 6 from box 6. Irish Nicky 9 out to 13. Kenya Inferno from box 4, 23 into 19, seen a little bit of support. And the outsider of the field from box 7, King Owen, 31 out to $41.
Yeah, and it's absolutely no surprise to see another one of our favourites have a bit of support from its draw. Ethanol Volume gets the draw that he requires for where he likes to be on the track. He likes to go around dogs, and look, he's not fast early, but if he can settle within a few lengths of him, he will be coming home harder than anything else on this card tonight. And I think from the draw, he should be able to get that chance. So I've got him on top, but just depending on the way the race pans out and who finds the arm, if he doesn't arrive in time, I'm going to take some security. 8, 2, 1 and 3.
8, 2, 1 and 3 there in the third leg of the quaddie tonight there at Sandown. And the final leg, race number 8, to finish up proceedings for the quad. It is the Easter Gift, a special event at Group 3 level over the 515 metres. And here we see in the hub, 230 and firm at that quote from box 2. Highly Alert's drawn the red, 460 and firm. Mapunga Smoky, $5 and firm from the 5. Launch code 550, firm from box 7. Orley Bale from box number 3, a little bit of support there, 950 into 9. Ike Bale from box 6, 10 out to 12. Fred Rose from box 8, 14 out to 17. And Edsel Bale from box number 4, 18 out to $23.
Yeah, it's a competitive Easter Gift to round out the quaddie. And in the hub, like we spoke with Lakey Emily earlier, probably does have to lead. But if he does, well, he's uber talented, isn't he? And he'll skip away from him. He was a very fast winner at the Meadows on Saturday, and he's boxed to win again. But he does have to hold them out and does have to find the arm. So I'm going to take some security just in case he does. I'm going to take 2, 7, 1 and 5 to round out the quaddie.
2, 7, 1 and 5. In recap tonight for Ethan Christian at Sandown, his main quaddie, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, leg 1, 2, 1, 3, 6, leg 2, 8, 2, 1, 3, leg 3, home with 2, 7, 1 and 5. Who are the best bets on the card tonight there, Ethan?
Give you 2. Race 7, number 8, Ethanol Volume. It's very rare that I'll side with a dog from box 8 at Sandown, but this boy simply gets the map to suit, and he's a ferocious chaser. He'll be coming home like a freight train. And then race 11, number 1, I'm really keen. Fernando Gomez, he's a clear best bet. He wants the rail, he's drawn the red. He's likely to hold the lead, and if he does lead, they simply won't catch him. So race 7, number 8, Ethanol Volume. Race 11, number 1, Fernando Gomez.
Looks like it's got multi written all over it. 7-8 Ethanol Volume, 11-1 Fernando Gomez. Beautifully done, Ethan. Appreciate your time as always. We'll get your mail for the weekend upcoming as well on the mail collection, which will be going out a little bit later on this afternoon, of course, being the Easter break upcoming. To yourself, family and all the team out there at Sandown, wishing you all a happy and safe Easter, and thanks as always for your time here on Great Greys.
To you and yours, Shorty, and to all the listeners, have a great Easter.
Beautifully done. Ethan Christian with us there, having a look at tonight's stellar program for launching pad night. It is going to be an absolute bottler. Very much looking forward to all of the action there. Our next race for broadcast here will be race number 2 at Hawkesbury. It's some 16 minutes away. Fixed odds markets with a tab touch, fairly open affair as we speak. Held Answer at the head of the market's been popular, 460 into 370. Rubicons has gone the other way, 330 out to 4. Silver Cliff 5 and firm. Flight Crew has seen some support, 9 into 5. Nike 12 into $7.50. Missy No Nay 12 into $10. Floodgates gone out significantly, $5.50 out to $14. Bathsheba's been 18 to 41. Sonalda, 71, nibbled into 61. Sizzling Tail, 71 out to 101. And Bushwalker, 34 out to $126. That is race number 2 there at Hawkesbury. comes up in 15 minutes' time, and it's just about time to cross the border and head across to South Australia, catch up with our great mate Sean Matheson. He'll talk us through South Australian chasing over the next few days. We've got Angle Park on Thursday, the early time-graded meeting on Saturday, and then Gawler on Sunday. Let's welcome him in on this Thursday. G'day, Sean. Nice to have your company. Busy time ahead in SA Chasing.
Yeah, hi, David. Yeah, great to be on the show again this week. As you mentioned, yeah, huge time of racing in SA, a lot of feature races, and obviously over the Easter long weekend, plenty of really good Easter programming for people who are hopefully having a break to sort of maybe enjoy some of our local racing and seeing some of our stars take to the track tonight. Sunday night for their Easter program at Gawler, and obviously, as you mentioned, the sort of time-graded meeting on Saturday morning.
Indeed, and of course, very much looking forward to this Easter Cup tonight. Like wildfire's been on fire since arriving across there in South Australia, winning 3 on the bounce in impressive fashion. It'll be one of the highlight runners tonight there in the Easter Cup. But outside of that as well, good to see some of these other chasers that are starting to work their way through the grades. It's a good program tonight. Adana Rico goes around in one of these Easter match races tonight, and of course it's been another that has just been absolutely lighting it up in recent times. Last 10 starts there, 8 wins and 2 seconds. It's just been fronting up and winning for fun of late.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, David, it's one of the highlights of the year actually is to have our match racing over Easter for our local greyhounds. We do have one as a lead up to our Adelaide Cup in September and October. That's where we get the interstate dogs come across and take on the best of our locals. But this series tonight, race 3 tonight, is really just set up for our best local greyhounds that nominated for the series. And for anyone looking at it, obviously it's a full field of 8 dogs, but it's broken up into 4 2-dog matches. With quite a lot of interest around them. You've got Doonan versus Fantastic Ada, Whiskey Soda versus Woodside Johnny. One I'm really looking forward to is the Victor Marley versus Riot Rooster. And then Adana Rico steps out in the last of the matches to see if he can better everyone else's time, and the market suggests he will, and he probably will when he takes on Mike Alisi. So definitely one for those people to have a bit of a look and see the head-to-head matches. And, of course, we'll also have those cameras inside the boxes so people can sort of see what the dogs are doing prior to each start, which is sort of something that doesn't really get shown too often.
Yeah, it's a great insight. Gives you a really good look at what the dogs are doing as the lure comes around, and you generally get a very good idea as to whether or not they're going to step or indeed miss the start a little bit. But yeah, it's great technology. Always enjoy that little angle that you guys put with your match racing there. Very, very interesting stuff. Let's see if we can't help the punters find a winner though tonight at Angle Park. Sean, where are you placing your faith in these runners this evening? Talk us through your best bets.
Okay, so the first of my best bets come up in race 5, and it's number 1, Elegant Bix, quoted at $2.10, has had some support already in the market. He had virtually a year off racing, and this will be his 5th run back. But last start, when he ran second behind Marinda City, chased really hard and really never gave in at all. And Marinda City's been going really good for the Bosco Stamenkovic team. So Elegant Bix ran a really good race from a wide draw, comes into box 1 for trainer Richard Stasiak. And I think he can make full use of the inside draw, and I think he can punch up and lead here. And he only has to replicate what he did last week from the inside draw to be winning. He's got a good record from the red. He's won 2 and placed on 1 occasion from 4 starts. So he's really drawn where he wants to be, and he looks to be getting back to his best form.
Indeed, and we know that Elegant Bix, its best is very good. We have to go back to April of 23 when it last drew the red, but it was a 30 and 56 winner on that occasion. Something like that here would see it awfully hard to beat. So race 5, number 1, Elegant Bix, the first of them for tonight. Who else are you keen on?
The next best bet, they're all best bets tonight, David, just the way the sort of the fields have sort of being programmed. So I like race 9, number 8, Immense for Maddie Schultz. Probably race 9, number 8, Immense. Probably not the best box for this greyhound. She does probably perform at her best when drawn a bit closer to the rail, but it is only a 6-dog race, and she has shown her ability against probably stronger company than she meets tonight, that she can match it, particularly early in the event with the likes of Long Haul, Springvale Maddie, Coron Cam. So I think from the wide draw, I think with her early speed, she can offset that, and I'd love to see her running to the front at the winning post. And from there, I think that she can run 30-80, 30-90 in front, and that will be good enough to win. You are getting around that $3.40, $3.50 mark because she has drawn 8, which is probably not her preferred, but the small field I think suits. So going to have her on top tonight.
Race 5, number 1, Elegant Bix. Race 9, number 8, Immense. And the third of the plays tonight at Angle Park.
The third of them comes up in the next race, David, and it's race 10, number 7, Majestic McLaren for Tanya Foster. Quoted about on the third line of betting, $4.20. This is a very even field. And Majestic McLaren showed 3 runs ago the very best of him, going 30-78 in winning by 12 lengths, would put him right in the race. Again, he's a dog who probably is suited, drawn closer to the rail. But as mentioned, it's a very even field, and he only has to come out in a 5:30, 5:35 time to virtually land him second or third. And if he can just find a way onto the rail really quick from box 7, I think that he has the power and the strength to either hold off his challengers or definitely run past them. If he can land in front of O Louise and Mapunga Roz, who are probably the 2 main challengers in the betting, that would be terrific. But I think he'll give you a good run for your money, particularly if he can get to the rails early.
Race 10, number 7, Majestic McLaren. We're cheering hard for the black rug to round it out. So race 5, number 1, Elegant Bix. Race 9, number 8, Immense. Race 10, number 7, Majestic McLaren. The key plays tonight for Sean Matheson at Angle Park. We switch our focus now to Angle Park Saturday and that big program at Gawler on Sunday.
Okay, so Angle Park on Saturday. Again, time-graded meeting, David, so good luck to the people getting the winners here. And hopefully I've been able to find one for the listeners. So it'll be in race 6, number 8, Soul Writer. A very even field here. She's drawn box 8. She returned to racing after about a month off last start, where she ran 4th from an inside draw at Gawler behind Eben Coast, who's been going quite good. Doesn't have a bad record, a win and 2 placings from 5 starts from the pink. So again, just over the short course, very even race. I think she can just stay out of trouble out there nice and wide and hopefully get a good run into the race and just be too strong. But it's a wide open affair, but I do think she can run you a good race.
Race 6, the pink runner, Soul Writer, on Saturday morning there at Angle Park. Watch out for the early start there, punters. And Gawler on Sunday to finish it up.
Gawler on Sunday, really good program there, Sunday meeting. Their feature race is race 8, which is the Gawler Future Stars. And I like number 6, Mad Maverick, in this race for Nicole Price. It's a really strong race with the likes of Zinfandel Evie, Blazing Butters, Plain Rain, all very good dogs with a lot of high speed. And I think that's the key here. I think there'll be a really hard push to that first turn. Mad Maverick has speed but doesn't need to lead to win this race. So I'm just hoping there's that speed pressure with the other main contenders. Mad Maverick gets a good run into the race. He was a good second last start behind Zinfandel Evie in the heats of this race. But I just think there'll be a fair bit of pressure here. So I think he can be a bit closer, and I think he can run home quite well.
Excellent. That is race 8, number 6, Mad Maverick, to round things out. Sean, appreciate your time here on Great Grace. To yourself and all the team across there in SA, wishing you all a happy and safe Easter, and we'll do it all over again next Thursday.
Yeah, same to you and yours, David, for Easter, and all the listeners. Safe and happy Easter. And just a quick shout-out, obviously, we have Peekaboo in the launching pad tonight for Ben Rawlings. Done a terrific job. He obviously qualified by winning his way through with the ticket through the SA final. So all SA eyes will be looking at Peaky Boo tonight and hopefully can run a really bold race for SA and the Rawlings team.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, a bit of a link to WA as well there, so we'll all throw our support behind Peaky Boo tonight there off the inside draw in the launching pad. Beautifully done, Sean. All the best.
All right, thanks, David.
There we have it, Sean Matheson joining us as he does each week here on Great Greys, where we're very close now for the next at Hawkesbury, only some 5 minutes away. We might throw back to Maddie for the latest there. When we return, we'll be catching up with Simon Orchard.
This is Great Greys on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
One man that'll be looking to find us a few good things over the weekend, the Shane Trainer Williams now joins us. Welcome to you, Shane. How do we find you on this fine Thursday morning here in Perth?
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. It's a beautiful day, Shorty, and I think it's only going to get better when we find a few winners later on for the punts, Shorty.
I like the way you're thinking. Let's head down to Mandurah for tonight. Talk us through a couple of your better plays.
Yeah, I've got the scrap one, Shorty. It's come up really short, Sunset Nightjar, so I'm going to elect to go with race 7, number 1, Candlelight Jazz. This dog's getting on in the tooth a little bit, but the grief part about this, Shorty, is the two-dog trying to panda likes to use plenty of the track. So Candlelight Jazz does have a good record from the inside, and I think she's going to get every chance from there. So we'll kick it off race 7, number 1, Candlelight Jazz. And then we'll go over to race 11, number 7, Shorty. Hello, Dave. This is the dog we tipped a couple of weeks ago. He ran 22.54 in defeat. He meets a pretty weaker field here, Shorty, a grade 6. If he runs up to that 22.50, he should be able to win this grade 6. So 7-1 and 11-7 tonight at Mandurah, mate.
7-1, 11-7 this evening. Good Friday chasing there at Mandurah. Gee, that feature race is an absolute corker, and you have got representation in the feature race there tomorrow, the Good Friday Cup, because Get a Beer draws box number 3. I thought the effort when runner-up behind Sunset Hornet, who was running track record time, was a pretty nice performance last week. Comes up with box number 3 here. It's a $31 chance. Can you see it hitting the frame tomorrow in that feature?
Yeah, he ran out of his skin last week, Shorty. Surprised me a little bit because, as I've said earlier on this program, the dogs can run a bit. His trial's very quick and he's just a bit of a head case at home. And we changed things up a bit and probably give him a little bit more work to settle him down a bit, and I think it might have worked. So box 3 tomorrow, Shorty. There's not every chance he can be first onto the rail, and then obviously the quicker dogs can go past him. But I would say he's a top 4 chance if he speared the lids and crossed 1 and 2 and he's first to the rail. I would say definitely he's a top 4 chance.
All right, so worth keeping on side there tomorrow if you're having trifectas and first fours in the feature, the Good Friday Cup. Let's get your thoughts on the program. There's a distance race where you're having your first of your plays.
Yeah, I like Carter Axelrod, trained by young Jay Jacobson. She's given him a couple of 600s at Kennington, and he goes much better at Mandurah, Shorty, this dog, and he's met a pretty easy field here, in my opinion, and I don't know what price he's going to be, but I think he can almost bounce to the front and lead all the way here. So race 3, number 4, Carter Axelrod. And then we'll go over to race 11, number 3, dog trained by Dave Hobby, Sunset Blackhawk. Got the job done in very fast time last start, and we know the Hobby juggernaut is on fire at the moment, Shorty. So 3, 4, 11, 3 on Friday night. 3, 4, 11, 3. The last little bit of the 652 okay for Carter? I think he'd be that front, Shorty. It wouldn't matter, I don't think. So, yeah, she's done a fabulous job with him, but he does trial very fast at Mandurah, that dog, and like I said, I think he goes a lot better there. So, yeah, I think he can get the job done. Very nice bit of confidence there. They're ready now for race
380. You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, it's now 8 minutes away from 11. We're having a chat to the Shane Train Williams, going through his thoughts for weekend chasing, and it's time now to switch our focus to Cannington on Saturday night. Another really good program there for the punters to get involved with. It all gets underway 2 minutes past 7 there on a Saturday night. Our 11 race card. Who do you like on Saturday night there, Shano?
Yeah, and kick it off with one of my favourites, Shorty, race 9, number 4, Wise Barra. Just meets a field here that lacks a lot of early speed, and I think it can bounce to the front and dictate out in front. So race 9, number 4, Wise Barra. And similarly, Shorty, in race 11, Tweak Free gets a very good price. It just meets a field here with no speed whatsoever. So I think you can find the arm, and if there may be a little bit of mixing behind, it can pinch it at good odds. But when I have a bet in the greyhound race, Shorty, I try to find the leader, and I think Tweed Free can definitely find the front in the last race on Saturday night at Kennington.
Okay, so the leader and hoping it can duck away with a break on them, race 11, number 5. What about from the kennel? Team have been ticking along quite nicely. Anything there that we should be having a bet on over the next few days?
Yeah, I don't mind. My best on Saturday night with 5 runners, Shorty, is race 7, number 2, Jamie Keeping. She's dropping back from the 700 back to the 600. She's been showing early speed over the 7 and just finding that last little bit a touch too far. So we've elected to drop her back to 600. She's got box 2. She can sort of find the lead there, and if she keeps going, she'll be hard to beat. And then Tuesday night, Shorty, I got a little bitch called Speedy Genie. She was first up for 6 weeks last week and run the race of her life. She'll strip a lot fitter. She's in that Bill Plate heat, so she's race 6, number 5 on Tuesday. So we'll give the punters something to wait for then. But yeah, 7-2 on Saturday and 6-5 on Tuesday night at Mandurah, Shorty.
Excellent, and it's a very exciting weekend for yourself and also a bunch of other greyhound trainers that are involved in the ownership of Miss Sky High, who's currently the well-backed second favourite in the Drum and Golf WA Oaks at Group 3 level out there at Ascot on Saturday afternoon. Talk us through the excitement levels and what the camp are thinking heading into the Group 3 WA Oaks for Saturday afternoon. They tell me there'll be a bit of noise trackside when the big race is run and won.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, Shorty. Really looking forward to it. Most of the boys are heading up, and we've got a suite booked up the top, so that'll be exciting. Look, on the race, the top weights had our measure, probably the last 2 or 3 runs, but look, I wouldn't swap my horse or my trainer, Rocky, for that matter of fact, for anything in the race. So we're just hoping for a bit of luck, and hopefully she runs well, and she's done a good job so far. So this is a grand final tomorrow, so hopefully she runs well for everyone, and the party can go for a long, long night, Shorty.
I'm sure it would do. Shane, appreciate your time as always here on Great GREYS. Good luck to yourself and all of the team there with all of your greyhounds, but also there with Miss Sky High in the Group 3 Drum and Golf WA Oaks on Saturday afternoon. All the very best to you, Shane. Have a happy and safe Easter.
Thanks, Shorty, and the same to everyone and all the listeners. Happy Easter.
Beautifully done. There we have it, the Shane Train Williams. Now, Matty, throw back to you. We'll get the dividends from race number 2 there at Hawkesbury, and you can fill us in on whether or not we've had any luck with our man Simon Orchard. No doubt he's crazy busy with Golden Easter Egg.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great GREYS.
And I'll talk you through my thoughts for tonight there at Mandurah. A good program, 12 races throughout the course of the night. Better bets on the program for me. First of them, as Shane alluded to, has come up too short. Race 5, number 1, Sunset Nightjar, but off what it's been doing at Cannington would be very hard to beat there. Race 6, number 3, Sunset Serengeti, looks awfully hard to beat. Thought in race 9, number 6, Scientist, there's been good money for this dog, but we've had really good success whenever Scientist drops a grade. And I think tonight this looks very, very suitable. It's opened up at $5 now into $4.60, so support's good, but looks a great chance this evening. Race 8, number 6, Scientist. Later on into the program, happy to team up with race 9, number 4, Under She Goes, and I'll round it out with race 11, number 7 in Hello Dave. Wide draw, no problem. If it runs to that time from 2 back, as Shane alluded to, should be pretty hard to beat. So tonight there at Mandurah, race 6, number 3, Sunset Serengeti. Race 8, number 6, Scientist. Race 9, number 4, Under She Goes. And race 11, number 7, Hello Dave. My thoughts for tonight, chasing there at Mandurah. We will, of course, if you're looking to get a bit of mail for that big program, unfortunately not able to get a hold of Simon today, but if you're looking for some mail to have a bet on Saturday night at that Golden Easter Egg Heat Night program, later on this afternoon, myself and Harry Buchanan, along with Ethan Christian, will all be teaming up. We'll share our thoughts for that Saturday night program, so stay tuned for that particular podcast later on this afternoon. And if you're looking to have a punt there at Wenny Park, hopefully we can help you to find a winner, as well as that program at the Meadows, Friday night chasing there at Mandurah, and Saturday night chasing at Cannington. Will all be there on the mail collection later on this afternoon. And of course, tomorrow morning between 10 and 11, myself and Jesse Earnshaw will take you through our thoughts for Good Friday chasing at Mandurah, Cannington on Saturday night, part of a very busy race day tomorrow on TAB Radio. Matty, as always, always appreciate your work there in the TAB radio studios. To everybody tuned in, thanks for listening on this Thursday. To yourselves and your families, have a happy and safe Easter, and we'll catch you again tomorrow morning from 10 o'clock.